Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish. Thank you for tuning in. Alrighty, a lot going on. Opening day of NFL season started. Unfortunately, my Raiders lost to division rival, which sucks. But I didn't get to watch the full game. I saw some highlights from like the NFL Red Zone. Not real happy with some of the calls, Pierce kind of making some rookie coaching mistakes, and I'm not so sure about this offensive coordinator they pulled in. I guess Minshew was okay. I mean, I'm beginning to wonder if they made a mistake by making him the starter. AOC can manage a game much better than him, which is scary. If you could combine the two guys, you probably have a pretty decent quarterback. But it's like AOC has no mobility and Minshew has he's not very conservative. So he's a gambler, He kind of fits that Kenny Stabler mold in some ways, which I guess some Raiders fans like. But man, I just want somebody not to lose the game. I think Crosby had the only sack too, which wasn't great, but not the same as when we played them last year and blew them out, obviously, but not a good way to start the season. Losing to a division rival kind of sets the tone and puts us down a full game from the first place. Not cool, but all right, let's get on to WWE. Raw was in Denver. Joe Tessitore introduced the show, or Joe Tessitore, as some people like to say, and he joined Wade Barrett in the ring when he was doing his introduction. I enjoyed his commentary. I thought he did a tremendous job. He adapted very quickly to calling wrestling and did a great job. I'm looking forward to hearing more from him. Good job. I thought he did a great job. Rhea came to the ring. Dom comes out to confront her. Liv tries to ambush Rhea. We had Damian Priest come out with the save, the other Terror Twin and whatnot. We had Alpha Academy and American made in a mixed 8-person tag team. Let's see. Eventually had Ivy Niles getting the win with a Dragon Sleeper on Maxine. Niles obviously had the turn a little while ago. I should say Chad Gable, a little mixed up there. Sorry, Chad Gable calls out the Wyatt 6 for an 8-man tag, the street fight, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, Tessitore, like I said, was really good. Mike, Uncle Howdy answers Chad's request. Bo is starting to talk with a cadence very similar to Bray's, very akin to Bray's. Now, I'm sure that's on purpose too. But interesting. I see more and more of Bray in him. I still think he has to come out with his own personality and to make this character his own, make White Six his own. They have to springboard off of what Bray was doing. Go from there. Let's see. We had Selena Vega versus Shayna Baszler. Shayna with the win. Beat down afterwards with Lyra Valkyria with the save, and after that, we had CM Punk coming out, and as I kind of predicted, calls out Gunther. But slammed the brakes on that one because Drew comes out and ambushes Punk from under the ring. Actually sneaks in and takes the bracelet back, destroys the bracelet, and shoves the beads down Punk's mouth, or in his mouth. Punk takes... taken out on a stretcher, where Drew ambushes him on the way. I have a question, though, pertaining to this segment. Previous to this, was Punk limping slightly to the ring? he kind of seemed like he had a little lope in his walk. So I'm wondering if there might be some kind of legitimate injury. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way he walks. I never noticed it before, but it seemed like he was favoring one leg slightly. So I haven't seen anything in the dirt sheets about an injury, but it kind of makes me wonder. Let's see. We had Dom versus Dragonly versus Dragunov we had Priest chase Dom out of the match, basically, so Dragunov gets the win on that. Damage Control versus Silodon, now Fire. Unholy Union wins, having a possible feud with them foreshadowed. I thought Damage Control kind of had their hands full with the whole, I can never remember the names, the whole Shayna Baszler and whatnot outfit there. Gunther come out. He's very much still a heel. Sami Zayn came out and challenged him for the title, and very, very good point. Sami's the only one to beat Gunther so far, so we're setting up for that. I think Gunther's gonna get a dominant win off of Sami, though. I think Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser versus Braun Strowman. Of course, we have Pete Dunne attacking Sheamus. Braun wins. Strowman wins, I should say. Priest and Jey Uso versus the Judgment Day to close things out, and Jey and Damian win. That whole pairing with Jey is kind of weird. I'm still not sold on Jey Uso. Sorry. At SmackDown Edmonton, I'm going a little bit quickly here because I do want to talk a little bit AEW at the end of this, which last SmackDown on Fox, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think they move over to USA, and Cody's starting off the show with obviously Solo interrupting. Cody says that he says some very flattering things, and alludes to that he's talking to Jacob Fatu. I really like that turn. I thought that was a great little play on words and a little turnabout with Cody and trying to cause some dissension between the ranks of the bloodline. I thought that was really good. Great psychology by Cody. So we have the Street Profits and DIY coming to Cody's aid because of course they've got to attack him. 8-man tag team set up. Next week, Solo and Cody are going to be a steel cage match. And I think I mentioned that earlier on another show, is they had to do that eventually to, it looks like they're going to do that. Bad Blood makes sense. Bayley versus Tiffany Stratton. Bayley wins. Debut of Giovanni Da Vinci versus Apollo Crews, and Apollo Crews gets the pin. Kind of a shocker for everybody. Is this setting up a feud? Is this setting up for a win streak for Apollo Crews? Interesting. Interesting booking. Because they've been playing a lot of vignettes for Da Vinci there. Let's see. We had Waller and KO versus Theory, and Waller, KO, and Austin Theory in a three-way. KO wins, but A-Town does the beatdown afterwards. LA Knight cuts promo. It's interrupted by Carmella Hayes. I'm not feeling this Carmella Hayes Knight feud, but who else on the mid-card do they have to throw at him? I don't know. Knight needs his moment in the ring. He needs to shine at some point in the ring, and maybe that'll come with Carmelo Hayes. I don't know. Mia Chim versus Chelsea Green. I don't even remember who won that. I'm sorry, it's kind of irrelevant. I hate to say it, but and then we had the 8-man tag DIY and Street Profits versus Bloodline, with Bloodline winning, and the ensuing beatdowns, the obligatory beatdowns, which mandatory beatdowns, I should say. AEW had their all-out pay-per-view, because they're not called PLEs in AEW land, is Swerve Strickland will be quick to point out. What do we have going on this all out? At the pre-show. I really don't care about pre-show. MJF versus Daniel Garcia. To do with MJF defeating Garcia as well he should. Young Bucks versus Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Tag titles. And please tell me I took the titles off of Young Bucks. No, of course the Bucks beat Yuta and Castagnoli. Ospreay versus Pac for the international title. That I would like to see. I am gonna have to find that online. So I think that'll be a banger. The site I'm looking at was a Bleacher Report is giving it an A+. Ospreay defeating Pac. That I'm definitely going to try to find. Will Nightingale versus Chris Statlander. This is one of the few matches on this card I'm actually remotely interested in. I love both these girls, Nightingale and Statlander. I think they're great. With Statlander defeating Nightingale. Wow. They're just burying Nightingale, unfortunately. Please come to WWE, Nightingale. Please, please. Okada versus Cassie versus Takesha versus Briscoe. That was for the Continental title, looks like. Blah, blah. Okada won there. Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida. And I like Shida. So I'm sad. This match makes me sad. Because Moné is going to go over on Shida. And that makes me sad. I like Shida a lot. Bryan Danielson versus Jack Perry for the world title. I've got such mixed feelings on this. Danielson defeating Perry, which should be the outcome. This is where, after this match, is where Moxley turns on Danielson. I'd seen that several times in social media, I should say. Danielson beats Perry, if I didn't say that already. This is just silly. Yeah. Can I speak today? Sorry. Is this why Moxley's not back in WWE? Because he likes to do stupid things like this. Why would you put a plastic bag over anybody's head? And crowd chanting, "This is murder." Yeah, it is, possibly, if you kill the guy. I mean, just like they had the whole feud between Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland going to Hangman Page is burning down a house that's supposed to be Strickland's, which obviously wasn't, because Strickland posted a picture of his house earlier at some point, which looked absolutely nothing like the house that Hangman Page was burning down. And from what I understand, also, I believe that whole thing was in front of a green screen. So what? God only knows what that was all about. Which is arson, which is a felony. I guess this is what we do in AEW. Tony Khan is kind of like a Bonds bailman, I guess. Apparently, he just keeps people out of jail. It's just silly. This needs complete and utter and total suspension of disbelief for anybody to enjoy this show. We had Adam Page defeating Swerve Strickland. I like both these guys in the ring. I can't stand Hangman and Page only because, the whole thing with the whole Punk incident where he went into business for himself, which is completely unexcusable. Apparently, at one point, I'm reading this that apparently Page pushed a syringe into Swerve's mouth before breaking a chair on his head. Why in the hell would you do this under any circumstances? This is just stupid. Are they trying to give the wrestlers hepatitis? Is this it's just dumb. The whole Page or Swerve's drinking blood, in the previous match before. It's just stupid. Why are we doing this? Why is this deemed entertainment? It's just dumb. I should watch a media scrum to this because usually they're more entertaining than the actual pay-per-views, but I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this. It's just doing some heinous things which are I guess they're going to get some publicity off of this. You know what you do? There's a little tip to Tony Khan. Actually book some decent storylines, and you might get people watching the show. You know, because you've been sub-million viewers for quite a while now, and I was on the AEW bandwagon to begin with. I enjoyed the show when Cody and in turn Punk afterwards on it. I was enjoying things, and this whole company has gone to hell in a short time period. I thought Punk was going to be the savior of this company, and as long as you have people like, you know, Hangman Page and the Young Bucks around, I guess they're going to doom this company to failure. I don't understand how you can look at the ratings of AEW, which has steadily been going down. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about this, but hasn't NXT been outperforming AEW lately? It's like the competition's farm system is beating you in the ratings. Doesn't that say something to you? Doesn't that cause anyone any alarm? You know, the people at WB and at Turner should be terrified. I mean, are they that desperate for wrestling? I don't know. I mean, I've caught a couple of the more recent TNA shows, and they've improved immensely in quality since affiliating with NXT and WWE. I would rather watch TNA than AEW at this point, and that's sad. And it's funny because I like the wrestlers on AEW a lot more. There's some wrestlers I love on AEW. You know, I'm a big Darby Allin fan. You know, we've got Bryan Danielson is there. We've got a bunch of other. Hobbs. I mean, come on, that dude has boatloads of potential, you know. And Wardlow, where has he been? Wardlow's been missing in action. This guy should be a major, major star, and they're destroying his career. And it's so sad, and it's just horrible booking. I mean, Tony Khan should be ashamed of himself for doing this to this company, and I'm gonna stop talking about it. It's just, it's sad. It's really sad. And I want competition. I want there to be a company that's driving the WWE. I want a company on the level of WWE. I want to see the Monday Night Wars all over again. That's what I was hoping with AEW. I want to see someone that pushes Triple H to his creative limits and makes the show the best it can be. I mean, WWE has been very good. The quality has been very good recently, and I credit that to them bouncing Vince out of there. But I can see, you know, them getting complacent and stale, and which they were previous to AEW coming onto the scene. And I'd like to think AEW also had some push and whatnot in WWE becoming better, you know. Let's see, what else was I? Oh, the Vince McMahon documentary coming up on Netflix. I have not seen the trailer. I've not seen the promos for it. I have heard them. I am very interested in this because it's kind of, I think they're going to have more WWE themed programming leading up to Raw coming over onto Netflix. I'm very interested in that. From what I understand, it's a 6-part series. Should be fun. My only question is, when was this filmed? When was it edited? They obviously allude to the scandal with Vince McMahon in the trailer. I'm gonna have to watch it, but I wonder how much of this was done previous to Vince leaving. So that's going to be the interesting part, and that's going to show how much is included of the scandal. I know Don Tony had said on his show that being a 6-part, they're probably going to detail each decade in each episode kind of thing, which makes sense. And I kind of hope they do that, devoting the final 1 or 2 episodes to the real downfall of Vince McMahon. But I'll be interested. I'll be watching, of course, at some point. We've got Netflix now. It's funny because I primarily got Netflix to see the Jake Paul Tyson match, and now that was postponed till November, so they suckered me in with that. Now they're going to have this, and I wanted it anyway, obviously, because I need it for Raw, but I think they're going to be doing more stuff like this leading into the debut of Raw on Netflix. So looking forward to it. Let's start winding things down. Check us out on patreon.com. For $1 a month, you can get all the shows ad free, and check us out on, YouTube and all the, pretty much wherever you can find podcasts, except for Apple because they're being jerks. Well, check us out there. And, if you see this red mark here, that's a tattoo my son gave me, so with a marker. So if you saw that in passing, I'm not, dying or anything. That's just, or injured. That's just a tattoo that I'm proudly wearing that my son gave me. So check us out on patreon.com. Check us out on all the major social media sites. Check us out. Check out Then and Now if you're in the Western Tennessee area. Downtown Trenton in the square, right across from the courthouse. You can't miss it. So Then and Now, and we have a booth there actually. So tell them that Crushing Kayfabe sent you, all right, and help them out. So they're friends of the show, obviously, and want to do as much as possible for them too. So check them out, and as usual, prayers going out to the Israel and to the Ukraine and everyone that's in the path of the hurricanes that could be coming up from the Gulf. Hopefully it doesn't affect us too badly, but prayers obviously going out to them. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in. God bless.